Hey, I'm Jusko from ProudMoney.com. American Express has refreshed the gold card, and I took the plunge and applied for it in the name of science, both to see if I would be approved and to see if American Express would allow me to earn its bonus, because sometimes they will not allow you to earn the welcome bonus if you are someone that has had other American Express cards in the recent past and earned bonuses, or if there's just something on your credit report that they don't like. So I am going to show you that process, what happened there. But first, I'm going to talk about the changes that have happened to the gold card and what I think of them. Now, what jumps out at you first with the refresh of the American Express Gold is that the annual fee has increased to $325 from the previous $250. That is a $75 increase, or you could also think of it as a 30% increase. Has American Express added over $75 in value to the card to justify that increase? You definitely could make the case that they have, although it also depends on what you value. Probably the most important addition to the card to consider when it comes to that annual fee is the up to $100 Resy credit that has been added. Resy is a restaurant reservation platform owned by American Express, essentially an open table competitor. When you use your gold card at a Resy restaurant, you are going to get an up to $50 statement credit one time during the first half of the year, and an up to $50 statement credit one time in the second half of the year. So in order to max out the full $100, you have to go to 2 Resy restaurants, one in the first 6 months, one in the second 6 months, and spend obviously over $50. Now, it sounds easy enough to use those credits, and if you are in a bigger city, it probably is. If you're in New York, you're in LA, you're in Chicago, you're gonna have enough restaurants easily on that platform where you could go out and use your gold card twice a year and make sure you max out that full $100. If you're in a little bit of a smaller city, well, then it gets a little dicier. I am in the Cleveland area, which is not the biggest of cities, but it's definitely not the smallest of cities either. And when I go on the Resy platform, I count 29 restaurants in the area, and really, if I look at what is reasonable to drive to that I would actually do, it's more about 20. Now, some of those restaurants are desirable, some of them I would like to try and have never been to before, some of them I have no interest in whatsoever. So now we're probably down to maybe 12 to 15 restaurants where I would potentially use this credit. And if they don't increase those number of restaurants over time, that means every year I'm like, well, I got to keep going to these same restaurants to make sure that I get my Resy credit. So it could be easy, it could be something where it gets more difficult, and especially becomes more and more difficult the smaller your sort of geographic area. The other potentially big addition to the gold card is the up to $84 in statement credits that you can earn on purchases with the gold card at Dunkin', formerly known as Dunkin' Donuts. As American Express loves to do, this is sliced up per month, so that up to $84 is actually an up to $7 credit every single month. So if you spend at least $7 at Dunkin' every single month and use your gold card, you could max it out to $84 in credits over the course of a year. If you're someone that has Dunkin' as part of your regular habit, I know some people really love Dunkin' coffee, maybe you're hitting Dunkin' all the time, and that's going to be an easy one for you. For some people, you're like, I don't ever go to Dunkin', and you're not going to see that as any real addition to the gold card. Other less significant changes to the gold card. First off, in terms of rewards, the 4 points per dollar on restaurant purchases has now been capped at $50,000 of restaurant purchases per year. That's almost $1,000 per week in restaurant purchases on average. So I think for most people, that's a cap that you're not going to have any problem with. They have also added 2 points per dollar on prepaid hotels booked through AmexTravel.com. And I have to be honest and say, I think they might have been offering this before, and they weren't actually showing it sort of on their marketing page for the card, and now they are. So I'm not really sure if this is a new addition or not, and I couldn't find any info to tell me for sure. The up to $120 per year dining credit, which should be better known as the up to $10 per month dining credit, has changed slightly. Shake Shack and Milk Bar going away as potential places where you could earn that credit, Five Guys being added. And then the final change, or maybe it should have been the first change that I mentioned, is the fact that you can now get the American Express Gold Card in a white gold finish. So you've got the standard gold, you've got the rose gold that used to be new and cool, but now it is the white gold that everyone's going to be talking about. So if you're already familiar with what the gold card offered, that is what is changing. If you kind of are coming in cold here, I'll give you the overview. Now $325 annual fee on the card. In terms of everyday rewards, you're getting 4 membership rewards points per dollar on dining purchases. Again, on up to $50,000 per year, you're getting 4 points per dollar on U.S. grocery store purchases, and up to $25,000 per year, you're getting 3 points per dollar on flights booked either directly with the airlines or through Amex Travel. The 2x that I just talked about on Amex Travel for prepaid hotels, and then 1 point per dollar on everything else. There are various bonus offers out there for new cardholders. I saw a 100,000 point bonus offer and a 20% statement credit on restaurant purchases as a bonus offer. That 100,000 points comes if you spend $6,000 in the first 6 months of having the card. You get that 20% back on restaurant purchases, and you max out at $100 in statement credits, which would be on up to $500 of restaurant purchases. Now, American Express loves to play with their bonuses, so depending on where you see the offer online, you could see the 100,000, you could see 90,000, you might see 60,000, maybe you'll see some other offer out there as well. In terms of the credits on this card, these are very important when you think about them versus the annual fee. I already mentioned the Resi credit, already mentioned the Dunkin' credit, already mentioned the up to $120 dining credit, although I didn't say that that is good at Grubhub, it is good at Five Guys, it is good at Cheesecake Factory, it is good at Wine.com and Goldbelly. So that is split up to $10 in statement credits per month when you use your gold card at one of those places. And then there also is an up to $120 per year Uber credit for Uber rides or Uber Eats. Like everything else with American Express, this one also chopped up per month, so it is an up to $10 credit that you are going to get every month on Uber rides or Uber Eats. And remember, with all of these credits, you have to enroll in order to get them, meaning you have to go on the Amex app or the Amex website and basically say, yes, I want to have those credits. In terms of other things that are going on with this card, not a ton. It's got no foreign transaction fees. You can get a $100 hotel credit from certain hotels in the hotel collection. It's not actually a credit that goes back on your statement. It is a credit when you are on site. So when you pay with your gold card, they would actually give you, like, some free food or some free drinks or something else going on at those hotels. You've got a little bit of travel insurance here, some baggage damage or loss insurance, secondary car rental coverage, but not a whole lot more going on with this card. So is the refreshed American Express Gold Card a good credit card? I think it depends on who you are. If you are someone that values American Express's membership rewards points highly, it makes a lot of sense to have this card because you are earning quite a bit on everyday purchases, in particular the grocery store purchases and the restaurant purchases. Obviously, you want to try to max out those credits in order to sort of make up for that annual fee, but there are some people that hold the gold card and they barely even know that those credits exist. They just like having the gold card and bringing it out at the restaurant to show their friends or their clients, and now with the new white gold card, even more of a conversation piece. American Express is a little bit like Apple in terms of their ecosystem. A little expensive, and once you get in, you're either a huge fan or maybe you're someone that's like, now I'm kind of stuck here and I'd like to get out, but now I've already, kind of invested a little bit in this. I've got some points, I've, got these credits, I can't decide what to do, and so people end up just kind of keeping the card or maybe even getting further invested in it because they've already sort of gone down that road. And so American Express is something that some people really love, some people kind of feel like they wish they could escape, but once you're in that membership rewards program and you earn a few things, you start to just feel, look, I can't get out. So as I said earlier, I went ahead and applied for the refreshed American Express Gold Card. I was interested to see if they were going to approve me and if they were going to allow me to get the bonus offer. I have the American Express Platinum and got a big bonus on that when I got it. I have a lot of other credit cards that they can see on my credit report. So it is possible that American Express says no to me. So I went ahead and applied for it. Now, the nice thing with American Express is if they're not going to give you that welcome bonus, they're going to tell you and say, you're not going to get the bonus. Do you still want the card? And you can withdraw your application. Even better, American Express is going to tell you if you're going to be approved for the card or not. And if you're not approved, you can just withdraw the application. No hit to your credit score. If you want to go ahead with the application once you already know you're approved, well, then obviously you're going to get a small ding to your credit score, but you're also getting the credit card that you want. So this is something American Express did within the last couple of years, and it's a really nice feature. So I went ahead to the application. I was logged in so American Express could see who I was, and you can see I was already shown a pre-approved message, but you can also see on the right-hand side that there is that language about the welcome offer and that I might not be able to get it. I went through, filled out the application, and when I pressed the submit button, no pop-up about the welcome offer not being available to me, and then the next screen tells me that yes, I am approved. And then you can also see that it does give me the option, if I want to still withdraw the application without any hit to my credit score, and that if I, decide to go forward, well, then there is going to be that little ding. So American Express says the card is expected to be in my hands on August 5th. Of course, I will do a follow-up unboxing video so you can check out that white gold card at that time. Now, throughout this video, I haven't been overwhelmingly enthusiastic about the American Express Gold Card, so if you're wondering why I got it, number one, it was for the YouTube channel. I like to show you what is going on out there. I will spend $325 to make you a little happier and a little more informed. And then number two, I'm getting a 100,000 point bonus, and I will almost assuredly max out that $100 statement credit on those restaurant purchases as well. So even if I'm paying $325 over the next 3 years, that's $975 in annual fees. I will have gotten at least $1,000 on the front end in bonuses. So at worst, it's a wash over a 3-year period, and that's before using any of the features or the rewards that also are on this card. That doesn't make it the strongest card in my wallet necessarily, and it's not necessarily the one that I would choose if I didn't have a YouTube channel, but it's certainly not going to hurt me, and hopefully it has helped you. Questions, comments, put them in that comment section below. Otherwise, I thank you for watching, and as always, please go to proudmoney.com where we do credit card reviews, we talk personal finance, we talk deals, and all sorts of other fun stuff too. If you're not going to go to the website or you're not going to leave a comment, another video I'm sure you're going to want to watch, that one right there.